we're in the midst, we're literally in the heart of the primary here right now. A lot going on. Polls are suggesting that this may be a done deal. Nothing's ever set in stone. What do you think, if you were kind of framing the news story, the central core story of this primary so far, what do you think it's been?
I hate to be a downer, and I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm a rah-rah guy. I had hoped that Nikki Haley was going to surprise everybody up here, because you have this wonderful history going back to Estes Kefauver knocking off Harry Truman, and Henry Cabot Lodge bringing in Ike here to get him on the ballot. And of course, Paul G. McCarthy and Bill Clinton with the comeback kid, and Hillary Clinton becoming a bit emotional up here. And all of a sudden people said, let's give her another look. And Obama I liked Obama would have a little bit of aloofness. And he said, she's likable enough. And then on that Saturday, after like a 3-hour town hall, got emotional in a way that people said, human beings here.
Yeah.
I get the feeling, and I don't have anything against her. I get the feeling with Nikki Haley that she doesn't bring herself into the room with her. And when you don't bring yourself into the room, people can tell. I mean, even if you say Hillary Clinton, about half of that was calculated, half of it was self-supported politically, and the other half was real. That's partly real, and that's something. And you can say, there's a person here. Okay, she's ambitious, but yeah, she came in and showed her emotions. When Reagan said, I paid for this microphone. Now, he did get that from Spencer Tracy, the union, but he did deliver it really well. And he blew President Bush the first right out of the water with that line. And Bush, who didn't have a lot of spontaneity, wasn't able to handle it. But up here, you should have spontaneity. Everybody's watching. They pay attention. They have a little crankiness, which is good. I love us, New England. We went up here in '92, and I was riding around with Walter Isaacson, the author, and Lawrence O'Donnell. And I mean, it was an amazing group, Sid Blumenthal. And we just went to vent. And at one point, Rick Hertzberg, my old speechwriting buddy from President Carter's land, he said, nobody in our generation could do what Clinton could do, which is going around and meet everybody in the round with problems up the kazoo. He had Jennifer Flowers. He had the draft letter where he obviously got out of the draft and cheated on his deal with Colonel Holmes. He was caught dead to rights, and he declared himself on the New Hampshire's made me the comeback kid.
Right.
And he did it at 10 o'clock at night. The next day I was at the Good Morning America.
And you are.
And I was there. Here's a great scene. I'm sitting in there. In walks Clinton, coat and tie on, 8 blue suits around him, all staffers, and goes up to a pile of donuts and grabs one for himself. About a half hour later, Paul Tongas, the guy who won the New Hampshire presidential primary, walks in with a book bag over his shoulder, and he's got a kid with him, another guy with him, and he comes up to me, a commentator, and says, could I have a donut? Who won that primary? Bill Clinton won that primary.
Right.
He took it away. He just took it away from Paul Tongas.